Greetings, fellow Earthling tribes. I wish to share with you one of my core values and also a promise that I made when I was younger, and that is to always be prepared. So this following video is something that I wish to share with you all in regards to that promise, and to be able to help myself and to help other fellow human beings, and try and do the best that I can, and that's the best that I can do. I would appreciate any input in regards to what I'm about to show you. Over several years, I've put together a backpack with Lucas's help as well too. And yeah, you're just sometimes better off having it and not needing it rather than needing it and not having it. From time to time, I don't use it. Other times, I do. Yeah, and look, watching this video, if you feel as though there is anything that may be missing, that could be helpful for you to share that. It's just we're living and learning. Learning and teaching, teaching and learning. So, here's a bit of the walkthrough. So I wish to establish that I'm a lover, not a fighter. I prefer to hug someone than to hit someone. I will try my best to help others. Yeah, so this is the contents of the backpack. Hopefully you may be able to see it in the full shot. I'm going to go through and do a good bit of a thorough walkthrough with what is in here. So, let me just start with a bit of a hitchhiker's guide to the galaxy. First rule, don't panic. Second rule, always have your towel. So all these different things that are on the table here are usually segmented in snaplock bags. Just makes it easy to find. This is just an example to show you how some things are grouped together in regards to this. So with the towel, there's earplugs, sanitary items, and also ones that I could share with other people too if needed. Just dignity. Hey. Isopropyl alcohol. And another smaller one as well, just to make it easy accessible too. Baby wipes, toothpaste, and toothbrushes and floss. Moving on to a bit of first aid here now. And the reason why the Celtic sea salt is in first aid, it can be used for wound washing and also hydration, and can assist with headaches too. Bit of lip gloss, antihistamine, ibuprofen, paracetamol, Valium, Buscopan, eye wash, saline, many different varieties of band-aids, hypoallergenic, non-hypoallergenic also as well. There is OptiSite, and medical grade superglue. Medical grade superglue is sterile, does take a lot longer to dry. This stuff's really handy. All right. There's a compression stocking, lollipop for diabetes or to help raise someone's blood sugar levels if needed. Arnica cream. Coflex tape. It was a cohesive bandage actually, yep. Kinesiology tape. Splinter removers. Tweezers and nail clippers. So a couple of triangular band-aids. They can also be used as tourniquets and other sort of things as well too. Extra clips. Snake bite bandage. A couple of different smaller bandages as well too as a sterile wound dressing. OptiSite again. Emergency blanket. Compact little towels. Tissues. A spacer and Ventolin. Gloves. Face mask. Hypoallergenic tape. Manuka honey. Highly would recommend at least NPA 16+. It can be used orally. If it is used orally, avoid hot fluids half an hour before and half an hour afterwards. Same with food. Otherwise, it reduces the medicinal purposes of the honey. Also as well, this can be used topically for wound care as well too, and can fight off even golden staph. So a sewing kit, other bits and pieces all wound up into that bit of hand towel in there as well. This is a pretty massive emergency blanket here. It can also double up as a pretty big shelter as well too, to make like a tent. So just to explain this here, there is two sides to this. The green, if you were having this on the outside, will draw in the warmth. The reflecty side, if it was on the outside, it would reflect the heat. Expands very big, so, but it's small at the same time. So moving forward. So, Australia map. I am from Queensland, so our Queensland state map. Couple of writing devices. Waterproof paper in a notepad. Let's move on to the compasses here. I've got a couple here. Sometimes it's just handy to know where you're going, and also assist someone else to know where they're going. This one here actually does glow in the dark in certain spots too. This one here, they're both just a little bit different. They're in different ways. So this one here, it also has a level. This bit that clicks out here is also a magnifying glass or a Fresnel lens. So a Fresnel lens, you probably played with them as a kid or an adult. Magnifying glass, you can start a fire during the day. It's easy. This section up here can draw attention during the daytime if needed from a distance. As well as barometer and temperature gauge. Moving on. So this also actually is another Fresnel lens. The size of a business card, and it's an easy way to make fire. So waterproof matches, a flint and a lighter, cooking oil and detergent, scourers, edible weeds hand guide, bush tucker field guide, identifying 175 species of food and the distribution maps for the local areas. Just a couple of extra salts again, and pepper, a snare, a slingshot. Some of you may know what that is. So this here, a couple of different ways to be able to cook. Pop this straight on the fire if you need to. Also as well too, this is another way to cook. This comes apart, you can put a fire in there, or flammable liquid. And just a couple of different ways to be able to set up. This all completely folds into itself and compacts down. Pretty much that size. Just sits into itself. Alrighty. So, just a bit of a tomahawk here. Multi-tool, extra little attachments and other bits that fold out as well. This is a full tang knife. The blade goes all the way through the handle. Very sturdy. And a knife sharpener. Moving on, there's a hand chainsaw, as well as just another smaller compact chainsaw. Still hand driven. So, moving forward, just a few different foods here. Just going into like the protein and vegetables and fruit. So a couple of dried meats, dried vegetables. This is a powdered bone broth and veggie broth mix that I've combined together with collagen, and also turmeric and nutritional yeast seasoning, as well as love. It is yummy. So also here there is some Inca berries. It's a pretty amazing superfood. A couple of figs thrown in there. Bit of a trail mix. Just full of nuts and seeds. It's also got nutritional yeast seasoning and Celtic sea salt in there too. Just pop it over here. There's just a bit of cloth tape. Pretty durable stuff. Just for a bit of fun. Chucked in a little compact set of cards. This stuff here is paracord. It's wound up quite tight, but this will actually make quite a fair bit of rope. But then can also be, yeah, a bracelet and clip on. Moving forward, hydration. So there's many different ways that you can collect water with plastics. That is definitely something, if you don't, or if you're not aware of it, look it up online. There's so many different ways. Yep. And also as well too, sometimes it's handy just to be able to have a little bit of different ways to be able to pick up rubbish if you need to. This here is a life straw. I have never had to use this, but so long as the water does not have a dead animal or radioactive material, or salt water obviously, it can filter out 99.9999999999999 reoccurring percent of the bad stuff in the water. Another way obviously also too is to be able to boil your water as well too, but just be careful, know what you're doing. This here is a hand cranked torch as well as radio, and has a built-in alarm. Hard for me to fully operate it one-handed, but there's the crank. Yep. Let me try. Yep. Easy with two hands, but anyway. The alarm is really loud. You can scan for radio stations. crank up the volume, and just in case you need to be able to hear any emergency services lines. So, this carabiner is usually attached to my keys. These pits in particular I wish to show you. So this is a dive stick. Rather than relying on the glow sticks that you crack and they only last a short period of time, this is an ongoing stick. It can be charged by the sun, it can be charged by the torch. This is a 120 decibel whistle. If you need to draw attention in an emergency situation, whether it comes down to first aid or just trying to get attention, something like this is good to practice just to know how loud it is. Next to it here, I have a laser. So it's just, you can light up the stick a little bit. Hopefully you might be able to see it. I've got a UV laser here. When I store it, I take the batteries out. Maybe to draw attention at night from a distance. This is a solar powered light. That's inflatable. It can be charged as well too. It's quite big, but it takes up not a lot of space. There's a few settings on the light settings here. Lasts 40 hours. On the lowest setting, drops down from there with the brightness, and even brighter. And it also has SOS. Yeah. This here is the backpack. I went into a few different shops just to be able to find what suited me and what was comfortable. This was the brand. It's just very user-friendly. A lot of different pockets to be able to compartment different things to different areas. So it can strap around the waist as well too. It's almost for like hiking. The padding here as well too, just to make it a bit comfy. Yep. As I did mention at the beginning, that things are separated into snap-lock bags just to make it easier to find things. So yeah, this is where I'm at so far. I'm trying my best to be prepared, to do my duties with love, to help myself and to help others. I would appreciate any input. If you feel as though there is something that I may be missing, I would love to hear your thoughts. I actually missed a little section in the middle here. So the backpack has its own raincoat, as well as I have my own raincoat. Found out that if you can fold it in a certain way and use the hood, it can make its own bag. Who would have thought it? Yep. Here's hat, cool towel. Yep. Yeah. So, let's go for a bit of a nice walkthrough again. As I said, you're better off having it and not needing it, rather than needing it and not having it. It's a bit of a different world that we're growing up in these days. All the different things that are happening. Be kind. Look after yourself, look after each other. Look after each other, fellow human, when we can. Yeah. This all started years ago, putting this together. Lucas and I went through some really significant natural disasters, and it made us aware of being able to get our shit and go as soon as you could. Yep. The system is fragile. We're so heavily reliant on technology. Yep. just a bit of food for thought. It's good to have a plan with your loved ones. In the circumstance that, like, if the grids went down and GPSs stopped working, communication stopped working, who knows, it may not happen in our lifetime. But yeah, it's good to be prepared and have that plan with your loved ones and say, if I can't contact you, don't come find me. I will meet you at home or designated safe space. If you're a very far distance away from home, or even short, depends. Think about it. Like, if cars stop working, it's good to always have comfy shoes, just in case you need to walk home. If you're a very far distance away, follow the train lines. They are flat. They are usually reasonably straight. Yep. Yes, this is where I'm at so far. Yep. And would appreciate any input, or even, this may inspire you to think about what you may need. What you may need for yourself. What you may need to help assist another fellow Earthling human being. So, I've just started to be putting all the pieces into their different snaplock bags. And a few extra things have been added over analysing, even just being able to put what's in here together. So in regards to just putting the soap back in that's been used, started to explain the hygiene and feminine sides of things. I actually use a cup, but just for helping another woman in need, there is some extras just in case. A couple of things were also added, an instant cold pack and hot packs. Put the scissors back in, adding in a little mirror just in case you need to check yourself. Throwing knives put back in. Velcro zippy ties. There is also normal zippy ties as well, but Velcro is really easy to use. Popping back in the air horn. Also added chia seeds to the berry sort of mix, the Inca berries and figs, just boosting the superfood. And these are usually in my car, but an extra paracord. It's like paracord, but it glows in the dark, and it also has reflective little strips in it. This is made out of parachute material, and it is a double, so it can hold Lucas and myself. We have been using this rope, but we've had a discussion, and we're going to be moving towards some ratchet straps. Yeah. So, even just like the clothes, just socks and undies. Yep, a few changes. And pegs. You always have some extra stuff in your car, but just a fresh pair of socks and undies can sometimes just be a whole refresher. This underneath here is also a waterproof bag as well. That hive is pretty handy. Yeah, also just on a little bit on the lighter note, started I'm going to pop in a pair of these. Let me just, there it is. Look at that. Ooh. These are light diffraction glasses. Just to bring a bit of joy. Why not? Yeah. And onwards into Tetrising it. Into. Yeah. As you can see here, everything has its place and sectioned off in different areas. Before I start showing you through, just add this last little bit of paracord with the hitches not spiraling around, just to be able to loop onto something. I need to hang it on a tree. Just an extra bit of rope just in case. Try and keep the heavy things down the bottom as well, so weight distribution. Just walk you through this quickly too. So this, I was saying about the waterproof bag, can actually be used as a flotational device as well as an emergency beacon being high vis. Rather than just stuffing it full of things. Amongst the things. Alright, stuff this beginning. So easy access to get to is first aid. Quick and easy pain relief and other such medications. Splinter removal and saline. Extensive first range kit. Bandages, cold packs, other bits and bobs in that pack. Mega honeys. Band-aids and stuff like that. Getting used to figuring everything through. And asthma cover and the gloves. Easy access at the front. There is a compartment here to be able to put stuff, but I'm just going to pull that in and make it sit tight for now. There is space to put more. So it goes from the toothpaste down to the lighting, baby wipes, change of clothes, knives and other equipment, hammock, tape, paracord, cooking, food, and hydration with water, family towel, raincoat. Deep in a back compartment where things are nice and flat, right at the back. Emergency blanket that doubles as a shelter. Full emergency water collection. And documents of sharing, navigating, and food of the land. Nice heavy duty zips. This bag and mechanisms feels like it could last for a very long time. This clip's just packed down that first aid area. We also do have a smaller backpack. It's just empty at the moment, but Lucas and I share this. This is ours. And if need be, if we need to be having to travel, we try to do together and can be able to distribute weight where needed to share the load. But, yeah. Hope this may put them things into perspective.